The Thursday Murder Club is a really great film. I'm really glad I gave it a chance. I wasn't sure if I was going to. Certainly, I wasn't going to prioritise it, but I try and watch one new film every week from this year, and this is the only one that it's in my watch list that I don't have to pay to rent. It's currently on Netflix. So I thought, well, let's just give it a go. And it was pretty great. This was released, of course, this year in 2025. It's directed by Chris Columbus. It's written by Katie Brand and Suzanne Heathcote, based on The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. I haven't read the book. I did read, well, I read a couple of headlines, that there are some changes made compared with the book. I can't comment on that. If you have any thoughts on that, of course, please feel free to share, but do try and keep it spoiler free where possible. And the premise is, well, it kind of feels a little bit like a Hallmark mystery film. If you love Aurora Teagarden, the garage sale mysteries, it has a very similar feel to those films. It's set primarily at Cooper's Chase, a retirement village, and it's about various individuals who live there who form this Thursday Murder Club where they talk about cold cases and try and solve cold cases. But then a murder happens in present day, and they decide to take it upon themselves to try and solve this. It sounds a little bit far-fetched, but actually everything does make sense within the context of the story. There were things that seemed like they were going to happen that felt like they wouldn't be believable, but all of the dots were connected. I think it is a very well-written and generally believable narrative, which I wasn't expecting. And I will say, I'm not going to compare it too much, but it is more believable than the average Hallmark mystery. I love Hallmark mysteries, but generally you have to suspend disbelief. With this one, actually that's not so much the case, and I think they did a really good job of making it feel believable. And in general, it's a well-written story, and if the novel offers the same information, then I assume the novel is very well written as well. But I've never, as I said, I haven't read it. The cast is absolutely incredible. Helen Mirren, Pierce Brosnan, Ben Kingsley, Celia Imrie, Tom Ellis, David Tennant. Absolutely fabulous, fabulous, fabulous cast. And that's mainly the reason why I decided to watch it. As I said, I wasn't going to prioritise it, but it's the only film on my watch list for this year that's currently on a streaming service rather than having to rent it. So I rather enjoyed it. Visually, it's stunning, it's bright, it's warm, it's inviting, it's a really pleasant film to watch. The characters are very well written and really likeable. The performances are obviously fabulous. With regards to the murder itself, I wasn't that bothered. I don't have any problems with it or how it developed or the rate at which we received information. It's absolutely fine. I just wasn't really emotionally invested in it. But I don't mind because everything else about this was brilliant. The characters, the dialogue between some of the characters, generally quite funny, but we also have some more moving and heartfelt moments. The performances are great. Visually, it's satisfying. Cooper's Chase looks absolutely fantastic. According to IMDb, this is the Englefield Estate in Berkshire, and it is absolutely stunning. It is so beautiful. We also have Gaddesden Place as some of the Cooper's Chase retirement village interiors, and the interiors are beautiful as well. And in general, it is just visually so beautiful. The characters are great, the performances are great, the narrative works well enough. It's a tiny bit long. It is about 2 hours, and it didn't really need to be. I feel like some bits could have been a little bit quicker, but the pacing is not a huge issue. I don't really have a problem with that. Really glad I gave it a chance. The Thursday Murder Club is an absolute delight. As I said, I did read a tiny bit that maybe there were some changes with the novel. I can't comment on too much there, of course, but if I'd read the book and loved it and there were significant changes, that would annoy me quite a lot. But obviously, if you haven't read the book, not going to be an issue. For information, it has 6.6 out of 10 on IMDb across 41,000 reviews and ratings, suggesting it's generally very well received. I'd actually rate it a little higher than that. But again, I haven't read the book, so maybe as an adaptation, it might not be as good. Who knows? Well, if you do know, let me know your thoughts. And needless to say, I thought The Thursday Murder Club was a fabulous experience, and I'm very happy to recommend it.